we're live.
Hey everybody, out in Facebook land, welcome to Union Stories. We are live again and we are waiting the third member.
Patiently. Look at that. What do you have growing out of your head here? Look at that.
I have some fauna coming up here.
That's hilarious. It's really funny.
Thank you. So anyway, thank you for joining us. While we wait on Doug, I will just say that as we announced last week, and we mentioned again yesterday on our Facebook page, we have something coming up on Thursday. We'll talk about it a little more in detail later. But
Did we?
Jerry's song is getting a video.
Me?
Yes. Search Engine Fire is premiering this Thursday at 7 o'clock. And we got a couple people watching. Let's see if one of these is Doug.
Let's check it out.
Douglas
Hager. We're going to accept you. We're going to add you. Doug is watching.
We've had to accept Doug on many occasions for many different reasons.
There he is.
There he is.
Hi, Douglas.
Hi. Wait, volume. Okay, hello.
Hello, Doug.
Oh, okay. Hey, I charged my phone today.
Good. So, I was going to ask, we're here to discuss hiding the peace signs, which is, 2 minutes and 4 seconds long.
We'll talk about it probably for longer than
I'm wondering, how long we can ramble about a 2-minute song, and if your actual charge on your phone will last longer than the track itself this week.
I think it'll last longer. If I peace out tonight, it's just because I don't like this whole portrait versus landscape thing. I'm just had enough of it. Because the charge is at 76%, so I should be good.
Team portrait. Team portrait or team landscape. Comment below. Are you a portrait person or are you a landscape person?
If you did join us last week, you missed probably my I think my favorite thing that's happened in one of these, and that is Doug frantically reaching for his phone, frozen there for a moment, and with a big giant exclamation point in front of his face, which just I don't know. To me, it just
probably change that to my profile picture, but it's too small of an image.
We'll have to find a way to enhance that.
Yeah.
It's just too good a stuff. But hopefully we can keep you here this week. We're as we discuss. Well, I hope you can stay.
Meh.
Doug, let's kick it off with you.
Look at what Kevin has grown out of his head. I know.
Doug, tell us a little bit about the music behind Hiding the Peace Signs, where the idea came from, and if U2 is not mentioned somewhere in this, I'm going to call you a liar on live Facebook.
Well, I think it's a given that everything I write has a whole lot of edge in it. So even if it's heavily Tool influenced, there's still some edge in there. So
it definitely has that feel.
If you're going to steal from the best.
Right? And I think I've covered before that, I do love fuzz. I wonder, I don't have the Javelina out on my pedal board anymore. I think I recorded that one with the Javelina, though, which it's a Way Huge, which is the brand, Way Huge Javelina fuzz pedal. It's a germanium fuzz pedal. But I used it pretty much cranked to get that just nasty buzz saw sound out of it, and mic'd up, of course, my box, and just because it's definitely U2 influence, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe something along the lines of Vertigo. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I hear a little Vertigo in there, but I wanted to hear you say
hard to figure
it. As far as the recording of it goes, it probably is worth saying. Obviously it's a pretty simplistic song. It's the quickest song in our entire repertoire at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So what can you say about a 2 minute and 4 second song, except because it was so simple, it was actually recorded really early on. If you haven't seen our documentary, we kind of reference it in our documentary, is that when we sat down originally with our large group of songs trying to decide what to put on the first album and what to save for later, really those decisions were primarily made on what was easy. The things that were the low-hanging fruit that we thought we could do easy were done quickly, and the longer, the more involved songs were saved for down the road. This was one that was actually done so quickly that it was considered for the first album. And really, the rationale for not doing so was when we started to look at album number 2. In the future, we saw that we had a lot of long songs, a lot of ballady songs, and we actually thought that it might be worth saving a quick little rocker off of album 1 for album 2, so that we could use it as a bit of a palate cleanser if needed, to kind of break things up a little bit. Is that kind of the way you remember it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because there's some lengthy songs on this album, and something like that was really good to inject in between two songs, just to break it up and get some distance between U2's Vertigo release and this song too, I think.
That could have had something to do with why we decided. What was funny is, I guess, is when we looked at just the track names for this is album 1 and this is going to be future album number 2 that we'll get back to. It looked a whole lot more like there were going to be ballads on there, or mid-tempo songs, but then in reality, by the time we got around to album number 2, those songs got rocked up quite a bit. So I'm not sure that our rationale was needed, but it definitely serves as a palate cleanser between longer songs, because 5 of the 12 songs on Kids on the Same Ride go at least 5 minutes, with one north of 7 and one north of 10. So having a quick 2-minute burst in there is, I think, a good palate cleanser and serves its purpose well on the album.
Well, for me, I honestly feel like I really carried the heavy load on this particular song, because I had a lot of work that I had to do on this.
Where did you come up with the word hey? How did you write that?
It came to me in a dream, basically. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I realized that I needed to go to the bathroom. But I'd been having this crazy dream about being on a ship but the ship was on like a weird river. Anyway, I woke up and I went, hey, like that, and was not easy. We just literally Doug just fell from the screen. Number one, I want to ask Alan Parrott something. I'm pointing at his comment right here. He said, I missed Kevin at lunch today. This made my day complete.
He wasn't able to make it today, so he's now seeing us.
Oh, well, see, I thought he was saying that it made his day complete, that he missed you at lunch. Like, that kind of, that's typically the way.
I was looking to see if Doug was there to make him, to add him back. We'll get Doug back. Maybe this is why we have you tune into Union Stories now every week, is how
will Doug mess this up?
How can we lose Doug this week, and where does he go?
Yeah.
And will he come back? Maybe he will, maybe he won't.
Hi, David, Jesse, and Alan. Thanks for watching.
I will say that as far as the song itself lyrically goes, obviously this is, it's a rock and roll song.
Hey.
It doesn't have the same sort of story kind of based complicated lyrics behind it. Although, for whatever reason, it seems like for me, writing this kind of rock and roll easy lyrics is more difficult than setting down with a story.
Doug, where did you go? Because you could be the backup on this, because Wordy Smurf over here, and Doug and I lovingly refer to Kevin as Wordy Smurf, because not only does he have a hard time writing a short song, he has a hard time writing a short text, email, notes for one song.
It's not all for one song.
Well,
so what I was going to say is that, as these two will tell you, is when I write my lyrics, I tend to, my OCD, I date them. And typically, I write things in one pass, And if I do go back and for whatever reason revise something, switch out a chorus, I will put a revision date on it. So I have an idea of when I'm looking back at our lyrics when things were written. What I found interesting when I look back at this, uh, for whatever reason, I have a range that I put on this that is more from July 23rd through August 4th. So apparently, for an entire week, I worked on these lyrics, and all the other songs come in a day. And for whatever reason, as simple as these lyrics are, it apparently took me a week of pondering over them to be satisfied, which is extremely odd. But again, I think sometimes writing writing the short songs, writing a rock song with the rock lyrics is a lot more difficult for me sometimes than just a story based song, a longer song.
Hit that button and see if Doug can come back.
Oh,
See if Doug can come back and play. No.
he cannot.
Wow.
So,
Doug.
well, we'll say that
And this is our tech guy also in the band, by the way.
yes, true.
Yeah.
Um, as far as the story itself goes, I don't think that we even when I didn't know it at the time, it's really a song about how the rumor mill can sort of mess with the stability in your life. It's a again rock and roll song about someone living fast and hard. Originally, I think I was just trying to play with cliches and kind of subvert some cliches. And what's funny is that sometimes when I write that way, and I only after I'm done do I go back and find a story in the song that maybe I hadn't even intended. And that's kind of the way I read it now. The idea of the grapevine being the rumor mill and the peace signs being the stability in your life. The rest of the verses are more about just kind of living fast and hard. So it is in that way sort of more of a stereotypical hard rock number than what we would normally do. But because of that, we can switch from talking about the song to the video. It allowed us to have a little more fun with the video than what our more self-serious songs would allow us to do.
It did that. So Doug just commented that he knew it wouldn't be this easy. I think Doug should have that tattooed probably on his forehead because I think that could can't that could be said for a lot of things.
Where did you
Doug,
Where did
could
you
you
go?
just tattoo? I knew it wouldn't be this easy on your forehead. I mean, that covers a slew of things for you, buddy. I knew it wouldn't be this. That's what we're gonna. I hate to say this. This is what will be on your tombstone.
That's a good one.
But this shit, yeah, this is like doing a WebEx or a Microsoft Teams meeting. It takes 20 minutes to get set up. It lasts for 5 minutes. It crashes 3 times. Nothing gets accomplished. And we have to schedule another meeting to follow up on our meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the end of the day, all you're left with is a song that's only 2 minutes and 4 seconds and really isn't about anything.
Hey,
Exactly.
We were actually just transitioning from talking about the song itself because the lyrics were, pretty simple to talk about because they're pretty simple lyrics, but to the fact that the video that we probably had the most fun with of any of the videos we've done. For album one, we had one video that was sort of concept based and was, a lyric video. Our first video for this album was using some stock footage, so we had some video going on. But this was actually the first time we'd ever appeared in a video itself as ourselves, and we thought that well, we actually that's true. We weren't ourselves. So as you can see, sometimes getting the three of us in the same room together is
not easy
difficult, which was the concept behind the video.
because Doug was like never in any of the videos or pictures or anything like that. So Kevin comes home one day and says, God, he's like, basically, I've got this idea for, a video, and we're going to wear these faces like Doug's face. I've got these pictures of Doug's face. We're going to cut them out. We're going to wear them, and you're going to be like young Doug, and I'm gonna be Doug today, and all of this. You're gonna be, and I go, okay, and
So when you
made
don't
a hilarious video.
I, I was going for funny because when you are a do-it-yourself band,
Or at least
there
hilarious
is
to us.
the fear that when you try to put yourself on video, that when you don't have a budget and you're doing it yourself, that you're either going to look low budget and like you're doing it yourself, or you're just going to look ridiculous. Well, I was fine for both of those in this instance. I'm like, that is
Usually.
actually perfect for what we're doing. And it was also a way to take a little bit of the air out of ourselves because I realize I do write very serious songs and very self-serious songs. So if there was ever a song that could carry the weight of a ridiculous video like this, it would be this. It would be this song. So that's another reason I thought we only have to do this for 2 minutes, and we can be Doug and not ourselves, and it would be great. And I think it turned out great. So if you actually haven't seen the video for whatever reason, please go watch the video. It's worth 2 minutes of your time just to see young Doug and old Doug making out at the end of the video.
And where can they find that video, Kevin?
That would be on our YouTube channel, Doug, or here on our Facebook page. It's also bookmarked here as well. So you can see it in either place. But yeah, so hiding the peace signs, that's kind of all there is to that one. Do you have anything more that you think the people need to know?
Hashtag we only have to do this for 2 minutes.
Portrait is for photos, not video. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I will then say before we say goodbye, we have one more item of business not related to hiding the peace signs. And we mentioned it at the beginning if you are just now joining us. But while we're on the subject of videos, we do have a new video that is airing this week.
This is what you missed last week when you fell away into the stratosphere, Doug, or Facebook universe.
I went this way, didn't I?
Yeah, you went, whoa.
Search Engine Fire world premieres this Thursday at 7 o'clock, and we can talk more about the concept of the video after you all have seen it, and when we get to the part where we talk about the song Search Engine Fire. But it is Jerry's one of her lead vocals on the album, and Doug, it was his concept for the video, and so he helped set it up and film it and edit it.
Jerry really understood the concept from the moment I pitched it.
Very.
Y'all don't understand.
It's a complicated.
You were going for, but
it's a complicated setup, much like hiding the peace signs. So we're very much into the complications. But if you,
our communication with one another is stellar.
I think
If we would read all of Kevin's emails, but we don't.
No one does.
I don't have time for that.
So Search Engine Fire Thursday at
Search
7
Engine
o'clock.
Fire.
You can be reminded about its premiere here on Facebook. So just, I think it would be right there. So go and click our name and go to our actual page. If you scroll down just a couple of posts, you'll see that we did a premiere announcement, and all you have to do is click Get Reminded, and come Thursday at 7 o'clock, Facebook will remind you that the video is premiering. If you follow us on YouTube, you can do the same thing on our YouTube channel. It'll also remind you. But we hope you check it out on Thursday. And next week is week 6, the official halfway point of Union Stories. Can you believe we're at week 6 already?
Hey, what's next week? What is week 6? What song is that? I lose track.
It would be Walk of Fame.
Ah, go Jane.
Yep, Walk of Fame next week. Actually, wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah.
That's supposed to know. Yeah.
I should know. Last week was St. Francis Bay. Next week is Walk of Fame, which is why Hiding the Peace Signs made a nice 2-minute burst of rock and roll energy, because those are two rather weighty, longer, lush kind of mid-tempo story songs. And then right in the middle, you got this nasty fuzz, U2 indebted.
Hey!
Weighty, lush, nasty fuzz. I love it.
Easiest song I ever did. Hey!
You know, that just kind of came natural. If we were just playing it in the basement, and that was just, at that point, it seemed like you needed to do some hand claps.
I think I would. I would go. And then, hey!
Holler, hey.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all a song needs. And at the end of 2 minutes, you go, that's done.
I think every song Kevin goes, do you hear anything on this? What do you think? I'm like, nope. Hey! That was it.
So if you need a boost of rock and roll, if you need just a feel good video, go check out the video for Hiding the Peace Signs. Go stream on the streaming service of your choice. The song Hiding the Peace Signs, because that's what we were discussing this week. But be sure to join us next week, same bat time, same bat channel, where we find some other creative way of losing Doug. How will we lose Doug next week?
Ooh,
Tune in to find out.
wow.
Next Tuesday night on Union Stories. And don't forget to check out the Search Engine Fire with the lovely Jerry singing lead and Doug and I doing other things.
In portrait mode, in landscape, not portrait, not portrait.
This is live. I can't edit that, can I? Darn it.
Only have to, what?
That's another
only
channel.
have to,
That's another channel Doug has that we don't talk about.
you only have to endure it for 2 minutes.
Like and subscribe.
See you guys.
Hey!